Haley.
I love that.
Beautiful.
You know any women like that?
I'd like to. I think I know a few. When I saw those jars of herbs, I thought of a certain
medicine
somebody.
woman, medicine man. I was thinking about you and me when I was going through to select our songs. Of course. We love all those
when
cool
you used
songs.
to get all your bulk herbs, and this is when we both were in LA, and it was my job to break those herbs up, put them in the jars, label them, alphabeticalize them on your shelves. And you have a lot more herbs now. I think you're up to about, what, 400?
Yeah, I have quite a few. So we want to give a shout out to Rising Appalachia Medicine. That was Rising Appalachia Medicine.
My dad's backyard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I'm from that area. I'm from Virginia, near the Appalachian Mountains.
Eastern Tennessee. My dad.
Wow. Beautiful part of the world.
I think I even hiked part of the Appalachian Trail once when I was a kid.
Yeah, it goes right through the Erwin, Tennessee, where my dad was raised at.
Yeah, yeah. I know it goes for a long, long way. I'd have to look at a map to see how much it covers.
It goes from Georgia to up to Vermont, right?
Oh, okay. Then that's what I was thinking. I didn't want to say it out loud, but I figured it was well over 1,000 miles in multiple states.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. How are you doing, Chucky Poo? Are you well?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if I should announce my news or not, but
go for it.
I just found out 2 hours ago I hit 4,000 watch hours on my YouTube channel, and I'm so happy. And I again give gratitude to you, Whimsy, because you kicked my ass a little and pushed me when I needed to be pushed and gave me the initiative when I always have enough of it. And
so now you get to make money.
Well, I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. And I love the responses that I'm getting. Oh dear, a sneeze coming on. Are you okay?
Yeah, I sit over here, it's dusty over here. And so congratulations, Chuck. And how are you, Joel? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm in the process of finishing up my what do you call it? Revamping my bathroom right now.
Yeah.
I painted it today, and then I've got to put up some cabinets, and I'll be done.
Yeah. And that picture pops up, and I was going to say, I hope that's not your bathroom.
No.
This is actually the bombings that are taking place. We can go ahead and get into this. What's going on globally around the world? It looks like Ukraine has consistently been hitting St. Petersburg. One of the things I felt when I was going into the remotes a couple of weeks ago, and I said, you're going to see Ukraine.
Yes.
And I can't talk too much about it because I didn't want to give
tide is turning.
Yeah. So this is what I was feeling. And I was feeling that they were going to start hitting St. Petersburg, which was going to be a shock because of the distance.
Right. Yes. And these are drone bombs, right?
Yeah. So this is the latest. And, you know, I think that they it never entered their mind that St. Petersburg would be in danger of Ukraine drones.
The thing that saddens me is all of the history in St. Petersburg, the architecture, the churches. Beautiful. I certainly hope they'll be spared. You know, this was the tragedy we saw it when we were in Europe, you know, from World War II.
Moscow's getting hit too.
Yeah.
I think that we see these things, but we also have to remember that the war becomes part of the history in and of itself.
Yes, we talked about that with the Colosseum in Rome and the bullet holes.
Right.
Oh yeah. That was something that you had covered when you had gone to that part of the world, is that you had spent a little time over at the Colosseum. And what's interesting about the Colosseum was that pro-fascist Mussolini forces were fighting there. And let me see if I can get a film footage of that. But that would be an example of where you have the memory of a place, or you have the idea of a place, which would be the Colosseum.
Oh, that's my video there.
This is courtesy of the trip. And I'll go ahead and turn the sound down. But what I want you to notice is that the Colosseum has this one history. People would go to the Colosseum and they would see people get eaten by lions. But now when you go to the Colosseum, what you see is another history as well, which is you see the pro-fascist machine gun fire on the walls.
It's become part of the history.
Yeah, it has become part of the history of the Colosseum. And so what Chuck was able to do is he was able to get up close to show the wall of the Colosseum. And you can see all of those holes. You know, you'll see up here, all these holes along the sides here. And in that dark areas, those holes looking down on the bottom where you see those big holes and nashes, that is from tanks and machine gun fire as they fired back and forth at one another at the Colosseum. And you can just see all those holes, all that damage from those anti and pro Mussolini forces. Well, of course, who won, Chuck?
Well, our side won.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. So Mussolini, there we go. You can see all that damage that was done down on the bottom, especially. You can see those holes from. I imagine they came in at one point with tanks.
I believe so. Joel, you would probably know.
And that would explain why, if you're looking at the bullet holes, the machine gun fire is really around the opening of those doors on the bottom is where you can see all that machine gun fire.
Yeah.
Higher up, it's a little bit less higher up, even though I'm sure there were anti-fascist shooting down on them from above. Most of it happens down here below.
I was going to say General Mark Clark and his forces on June the 6th, 1944, went into Rome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead
did
of
they have tanks, Joel?
They did.
Yeah.
And the Brits joined in too.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting that you can see where they shot from tanks all along, and you can see those holes. And that is now also part of the history of the Colosseum. And I think that's really kind of interesting.
So they get it. Just a side note: the capture of Rome didn't get enough attention because you had the June 6th Normandy landing going on at the same time.
That makes sense. That would.
Interesting. Wow. So how are you guys feeling? Because I felt when I went into the energy of Ukraine that the violence in Ukraine, but also in Iran, was going to accelerate. It doesn't feel to me like we're at peace with Iran. Quite the opposite. No. I feel like this is an animal that's about to be killed, and it's fighting desperately for its last breath.
That's often the case.
Yep.
In those last stages, that you kick and scream and rebel with every bit of might you have left. So I guess this is
also Crimea is cut off right now. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not getting supplies anymore.
Oh dear.
All the supply routes have been blocked.
Oh my God, the people.
So you're going to hear about some stuff going on in Crimea real soon.
Can't they exit Crimea? Can they get out?
I don't think so. I think they're going to end up surrendering.
Oh,
that would really shake up Putin a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he might be in. There might be a coup going on right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can definitely take a look at it.
Yeah. And think of all the poor innocent people, being affected.
Yeah, they're caught in the middle. You got Russian civilians, you got military members and their families, all in Crimea right now.
Yeah.
What about Iran?
Desperate.
What are you guys thinking about Iran? Because
I feel so sorry for those people there.
Yeah, that's what I feel sorry for.
They're caught in the middle of this.
Very
They
much
don't
so.
they don't want the fighting to stop until this regime is gone. That is
They
what the
got it.
people are saying.
They got to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think Trump's doing? Why is he saying? Because the Israelis are saying we've been pushed out. We have no idea what the hell's going on. But we
All
know what
BS.
Mm-hmm. Deflection.
we know that Saudi Arabia and Israel wants regime change. Saudi Arabia, grow some balls. You're hiding in the corner, telling America what to do to protect you. Go out and fight, man. What is that about?
Send your fighters in.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Saudis, the Jordanians, everybody else, because they're attacking. I mean, Iran's attacking everybody right now.
Yeah, they're hitting Kuwait pretty hard.
Yeah.
They're hitting Kuwait pretty hard.
Mm.
We can throw cards on it, but it just feels to me like it's on its way out the door.
Yeah.
And I just don't see how it's even survivable.
They don't have any money.
Yeah, Trump says U.S. settlement could end war and open Strait of Hormuz. Well, isn't that the whole point? The whole point is that we can't allow Iran to have control over the Strait of Hormuz. Isn't that the whole point, the trade route?
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point from the very beginning?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
So that makes no sense.
There's a lot from Trump that makes no sense.
Well, 4.3 inflation rate for 1 month is waking up a lot of people right now.
Oh, yeah. Terrifying.
Well, Chuck, why don't you go ahead and say hi to people that as they come in, and then we will blitz away. Of course, if people want to receive healings, you can go ahead and give us your name and the name of the person that you want us to pray for as we bring in the empath prayer. And of course, if you have any questions for Chuck, Joel, and myself, I will try and get to everyone's questions as quickly as possible.
Try our very best.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have with us, our friend Gigi Pardo Lord.
Hi, Gigi.
Hey, Brenda Rakestraw, Rockin' Pony Lady, Wendy Burt, Tarot by Sharona 262. I love your name. Deb-P9J. Oh, this says it all. At the best predictions.
There you go.
Sorry, my cat's here underneath me. Leah Omega H. We've got Colleen Rager. Let's scroll through the names here. Never Too Late to Dream. Terry Kors, 3894. Nancy Potter Johnson, 3454. Make sure I'm not reading the same names again here. Oh, look, we have Joel Tilson here, our wonderful floor director, and we're very grateful to you. Christy Price, 9769. And somewhere in the comments I had, someone asked if I went to art school. Yes, I did. Virginia Commonwealth University. I was an art major. And we have K9 Catherine.
And the rest is history.
Yes, indeed. So we have some wonderful people here with us right now.
Well, we'll continue. Yeah, and we'll continue to say hi to all of you as we go along. And I think we'll go ahead, we'll do the empath prayer, and we'll start to bring in questions. And today's topic is, of course, how to take care of yourself and what are you going to do when you think everything is falling apart. And of course, we have a bunch of comments about that. So
it can feel that way, can't it, Whimsy? Even if it's not true, it can feel like things are falling apart.
Feeling stressed, what are your options? Do you stay or you leave? That's the question.
Oh, for the healing, may I add a name? Lynn Orlando, a friend of my mother, a good friend's mother is in the hospital right now. We could use some prayers. Okay.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and bring in the empath's prayer. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love. but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively as a community, we say Amen.
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 And for those people who are requesting healings today, we come together at this time and we pray. We pray that you and those you love receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and in spirit. And together again we say, Amen,
Amen.
Amen,
Amen.
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 May all
All
souls be
souls be
healed.
healed.
May all souls be healed.
Yeah, so I think the first thing is I'd like to see what's going on with Putin. You know, I would like to just go in to see, do a couple of cards and just see where
Well,
Putin's head is at right now.
he was at a conference recently, and there was comments about his face being all puffy, and he was coughing the whole time, off and on, during that conference.
This is Putin recently?
Yes. So something's going on with him.
Do you think it was him or do you think it was one of his famous decoys?
Nope, I think it was him.
Well, I think I got enough.
I feel like, you know, he is somebody who's always going to struggle with sobriety. I feel like he is somebody who's always going to have a drug problem, drug or alcohol problem. And I think that when he lost Prigozhin, I think he lost his main drug supplier. And the main thing I get when I go into Putin is this issues with sobriety, his temperance, his opposition. The star is on the side of his opponent. So I feel like he knows that Zelensky is winning. He feels that he has a rabbit in his back pocket that he could pull out. So it's possible that Putin feels that maybe he could pull something out of his hat. There's a great need for a healing here. I feel like he's ill. I do get the impression that Putin is ill, and I do get the impression that I keep getting that Ukraine is charge. I get this aggressive, like the House of Opposition, Knight of Swords, like they are going to be blasted by thousands and thousands and thousands of drones, and it's just going to be a blitz, and it's going to come out of nowhere and shock the Russians.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
Well, Russia has awakened Ukraine big time because, like I said, they're the tech capital of the old Soviet Union in the old days. There was a lot of technology out of Ukraine, and they had the smartest, brightest people right there.
Yeah. Whimsy, have you finished? Because it's very interesting when you said that, because one of my biggest cards was physical body. I got that exact same thing, that his health is failing. He's not in good shape right now. I get he's in a lot of denial still about his duplicity, his deceit. He's in denial. When I got the bravado card, I took that to mean his ego, a lot of loss. He's facing that. There is going to definitely be judgment, a balancing out. And I also initially didn't know what these two cards meant. And when you said that he knows that Ukraine is winning, I got victory and despair. And that's his despair over their victory. So that's how I concur with you there.
A lot of Americans are afraid, particularly those that are baby boomers, Generation Jones, born in the 50s and 60s, whether or not they can retire in the United States because things have become so bad in the United States. What do you think people should do? Do you think that it's one size fits all, or do you think it's a legitimate thing for people to think about leaving the U.S. at this point?
Well, first of all, I don't think there's ever a one size fits all. We emphasize that even in our readings. We've been asked by a lot of people lately, should I move? Well, it's a very individual decision, what's right for you personally. That's my own belief on that.
Trust your gut.
Right.
Yeah, you have to. I just don't subscribe to that one size fits all.
Right. And we had talked
if anything, that's even a little lazy.
Right. And we had talked about the fact that I was getting psychic hits where I had a vision of a bankrupted Los Angeles, like the streets were empty, it was decayed, business had left Los Angeles. And I felt like Los Angeles was facing bankruptcy if it continues down its current trajectory. it will inevitably lead towards bankruptcy.
Well,
do you think that's a possibility, not just in LA, but throughout the country?
Well, throughout the country for certain, but I can certainly comment on Los Angeles, having lived here for 40 years. And last year, I can't believe it was just January of last year, we had those massive fires, because of the drought, a rare drought in January, and Santa Ana winds, and it just set off firestorms.
Wiped out everything.
Wiped out. This one hit the wealthy, the elite of LA. The multi-million dollar mansions burned to the ground. A lot of celebrities lost their homes. I personally had no electricity for 3 days, and we were getting alerts that we might have, where I lived, we were going to have to pack up and abruptly leave quickly. So it was frightening. And then the aftermath of it, just the mass decimation. If you saw any of the news footage of Los Angeles, there were areas that looked like nuclear bombs had gone off. It's going to take years, and I would guess billions of dollars to repair all of the damage. And I thought, even then, how can our city withstand that?
And the reservoir was dried up?
I think so. So. There was certainly a deficiency of water. And who's to say we're not going to have more drought and more Santa Anas and more fire? I don't know how we're going to withstand that. And so when I saw your video last night, Whimsy, you really had me thinking. Really thinking. I've suspected this, but you outlined it.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for the cat, I'd probably be moving to Albania or Georgia.
No.
I wouldn't be here.
New York declared bankruptcy in the 70s.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
Detroit too. About that. Wasn't that when Lindsay was mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that as a kid.
Yeah, they had to go through a kind of like a Chapter 11 or something.
I was going to ask you if they had to file like a Chapter 11.
They did.
Can a city file Chapter 11?
Detroit did the same thing. They were bankrupt because everything left.
The automobile industry.
Yeah, they all moved somewhere else.
And here in Los Angeles, this city was built on the show business industry, the movie industry. Yep. A lot of that is leaving. A lot of that's going to Canada and back to the East Coast. They're building movie studios in Michigan and Georgia, Louisiana, North Carolina. It's been leaving here for a long time, and that's causing a lot of people to
Atlanta and Florida.
Yeah, that's true. So LA is going through a big shift right now.
Yeah, so I mean, my feeling is go where you feel be open to it. You may decide that you love it, or you may decide that you hate it and you just want to go home. I love the idea of travel, but every time I travel, I miss my bed, I miss my cat, and I just want to go home. And so I think I don't love travel. The older I get, the less I like to travel, the more I want to stay home. But then
you're such a passionate traveler.
I'm a passionate traveler, but I'm also someone that's really grateful when I do get to go home. And I just pray that the economy is going to improve. But we can't guarantee that the economy is going to improve. And that is why people are seriously thinking, is it time to jump ship?
Yeah. Well, before we even talked about anything happening to LA, I was already expressing to you how much I loved Italy, Europe, and how I'm seriously looking into it, considering it possibly as a new home in my future.
Yeah, it would probably be interesting. You'd have a second video all about retiring in Europe, your life in Europe.
Yeah. It's a lot to ponder. From Never Too Late to Dream, Dr. Whimsy, maybe a little mental health and physical health question. How do we stay motivated to take care of ourselves in times of stress? Well, where do we start with that one?
Well, that's the thing, is that it has to start with the most basic stuff. And this is why we give people a checklist, and we have you go through and keep a journal. You should have a journal, but you should also have a checklist.
Yeah.
And, are you journaling? Because the way to make sure that you're being good to yourself is to hold yourself accountable and make sure you're journaling and you're going through that self-care checklist that we've talked about, where you're making sure to take care of yourself.
Love yourself.
Yes. Yeah. That's where it all starts. It truly
love yourself.
It may sound cliche, but it's so true. It all starts with ourselves, loving ourselves, being in our own empowerment, taking care of ourselves. It's like taking care of our instrument. You know, many people take better care of their cars than they do their bodies.
Yeah, I mean, this is stuff I go through every single day. Is like today, I didn't feel like having my smoothie, so I had a large salad today. But
well, you got to shake things up a little, give yourself variety.
Yeah, I got myself a large salad instead. Okay, so the point is that do your best. You know, go through and do your best. And the truth of the matter is, it's very dangerous to go down that road of just letting yourself fall apart. It's a luxury that you can't afford.
Yeah.
That's one way of looking at it.
You know something, Whimsy, fear has a way of making us feel powerless, you know, and it can lead us to, you know, isolation, not taking care of ourselves, not eating right, constant worry. But if we can form resilience within ourselves, we can actually feel a greater sense of control.
And build yourself a network of good friends.
Yes.
That's important too.
I agree. I agree. Sometimes we just need people to talk to commiserate with.
Right.
Sometimes we just need a hug.
Even if you don't agree with them, just to have a conversation. That's important. You could disagree, but as long as you have that human contact with somebody.
And it's about just respecting one another.
Right.
Yeah, everybody wants to be acknowledged and respected. From Nancy Potter Johnston. Sorry, my cat here. June 13th is St. Anthony's Day, the saint of lost causes.
Wow.
What do the spirits say about where our prayers should be directed to?
Look at Sasha.
Yes. Sasha, come on.
She's posing.
Yes, she is. Yes. I'm here.
Oh, my cat wants to be in the spotlight.
I feel like we have to go back to the basics and back to our communities. You know, back to homes for humanity, coming together and getting to know our neighbor and helping one another.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, oh, I'm sorry. Are you still reading?
Yeah, coming out of confusion. Also, I see a lot of stoicism. Shit happens. We have survived rough stuff in the past, but I'm seeing us building new homes and new foundations in the future.
Bright future is ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I got, you know, surprisingly, the community card did not jump out of my deck. I kept shuffling thinking it would, but I guess because you stated that, my guidance was wanting to remind people what we should be praying to. We should be praying for unconditional love. And I think that goes back to what you said about we need to get back to the basics. How can there be anything more basic than just unconditional love for one and all, and love for our planet, love for our community, love for our animals, just unconditional love within our own selves. And that's going to lead to new beginnings. New beginnings are going to come out of that unconditional love. That's what I got just from a couple of cards that jumped out. Okay.
Finding your joy.
Yeah. Okay. From K8, wait, was it KT8197? What is a message from my guides? Okay.
Oh, the sun will come out tomorrow. Got a lovely sun coming out for this individual. So I would say that the summer is going to be quite prosperous. You'll get a lot done. I think a lot of projects, you're motivated to complete projects that you had been struggling with. They get to be done this summer. Feeling some nice energy coming in over the summer. Nice discipline as well. And determined judgment. So it's a very productive summer.
Good cards.
Getting a lot done.
Very good cards. Now, it's interesting. I couldn't get the community card. Last time I was shuffling, this time it just popped out. And that always, in a case like this, I think it's saying for you to get out amongst the people, get out in the world, your community. I see you in great appreciation right now. I think that ties in nicely with what Whimsy had to say. A lot of appreciation, beauty. Looks like a good summer. And I even got partnerships and love, which may not necessarily mean a relationship, but partnerships in love with activities in your life, hobbies, interests. It might be other people, it might be family, but it looks positive for this summer. From Terry Coors, 3894. Do you think seeing empty streets could be the results of a reduction in population, which I believe is one of the gene's plans, i.e., loss of healthcare, appointing fools that are antibiotics, etc.
I don't think so. I don't think that there's some grand scheme to get rid of us.
Yeah.
Quite the opposite. People like Elon Musk are like worried that we're having a drop in population numbers in Japan and other countries.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's been a concern.
Even Russia.
You know, I think I read even in Italy, that's a big concern because, you know, a lot of people are not having 9 and 10 children.
No.
You know, like they once were. You know, they're stopping at 1 or 2, and they're worried. They're worried about their population now.
I think that people are genuinely concerned with Ebola and the fact that the Americans CDC is not prepared for a virus that takes out 50 to 75% of the people infected.
Especially with RFK Jr. in charge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do feel that America will recover. It's taken a huge hit because of this nut job in the White House. I'm sorry to say that. But our future looks pretty bright. We have a nice Ace of Wands moving in with the Knight of Cups. Would it signal a new beginning is going to happen in the United States that's going to make it a little bit more affordable for people? Whatever is happening with this supply chain and tariffs, it's going to pass. And I just feel like it will get resolved. Knight of Pentacles comes to an end. Whatever the conflict is, it's resolved. And a healing over the country as well. But I don't know. I don't think that this president, the current administration, has support from pretty much anybody. They've lost Iowa.
Yeah. It's his numbers are so underwater. Isn't it the lowest approval rating a president has ever had in modern history? I think he actually beat his own record from the first administration.
I think Truman was the lowest. He had 29%.
Oh, really? Yeah, I knew Truman was very, very low, but I didn't realize it was
after he fired MacArthur.
Yes. I know when he left office, he had an extremely low approval rating.
29%.
Yeah. But when I asked this, well, first of all, it set up the obvious here. I'm sorry, Whimsy, were you done? I didn't want to interrupt you. Okay. Well, obviously, there is tremendous shame and despair, and I think we know what that's referring to. Once, shall we say, that is gone, we're going to go through a period of where we just need to rest, we need to recover, we need to meditate, we need peace. We need peace for ourselves individually. I think a lot of us have not been feeling at peace right now, but I do see that in time it is going to lead to gifts and a victory. I was very happy to see those come out of the deck, and that concurs with, like you were saying, Whimsy. I think it is going to be positive, but it is definitely going to be a transition, and a lot of us just need to heal. A lot of us just need to find peace. We've been assaulted for the last year and a half.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, take deep breaths, deep calming, meditative breaths. Ocean wave coming in and out. The best predictions. Hi, Whimsy. I'm guarding up as you recommended.
Praying
palms, praying psalms, rotary. But
rosary.
Okay, rosary. A few typos here. I do it too. Rosary. But third party. Intuition in my family made my husband go backwards. Is that enigmatic or what?
Third party intrusion in my family.
Okay, I couldn't make out what that word was. It's something. I can see it and fight it, but he doesn't.
Intrusion.
Okay. So what is the question here?
She wants to know if the third party in the family epidemic
Yeah, I can't make out what that word
I
is.
think wants to know if the third party is they're gonna be able to get control of this third party that's making problems.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would say be careful, and I think something is definitely going on because there's this feeling she has to defend herself. But be careful, be cautious, be careful, because it's a real problem. This person is pulling some stuff, and I think that this person is also messing with you. I feel like they're messing with you.
Okay. Are you?
What would really drive them crazy is if you pretended like you didn't notice.
Yeah. Let's see, Whimsy, are you still?
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Because what I got for this person, it's vital that you hold on to your own self-esteem right now, your own self-worth. Hold your own ground. Stay grounded and centered no matter what. Because I also got self-control. You've got to be in your self-control, your self-esteem, be grounded, and you've got to be disciplined with yourself. So whatever this person tries to throw at you, just stay calm, stay in your power, stay grounded, and stay resolute. That's what I'm getting. Deb-P9J, when will Trump finally no longer be the problem? Like, gone from politics?
By the end of the year.
Oh boy, Whimsy, how many times have we been asked that one? How many times have we asked?
If I had $1 for every time people wanted to know when Trump would be
billionaires.
Gone, that's right. I would be a billionaire.
When will Trump no longer be the problem? Well,
he's like a cockroach that won't go away.
I always think of was it Freddy Krueger, the monster they kept shooting bullets at and nothing would happen?
That's right.
Sorry, I'm trying to do this with a cat. Sorry. Okay. Now, your cards, Whimsy, may have a time frame. I'm not going to have that, but
I always get this fear from Trump that he's going to be incarcerated, that his dad was incarcerated, that they took his dad and had to. The problem with when you're a big guy and you have dementia is you can get violent. You can start punching people.
Yeah.
And
straight jacket.
Yeah, and then it becomes a situation where they have to take grandpa away. And that is always the fear I get with Trump, that he has this. The people that put him in power did so because they thought it would be economically beneficial. They're not looking to him, they're looking at their money. It's always been about their money, but he has this fear of incarceration, this 9 of Wands. It will end with his incarceration. It always ends with him being taken off somewhere. And when he is no longer useful to the powers that be, and when he can no longer make them money, that is when he will be removed.
Yeah.
They already got their tax breaks. I don't know why they want to keep him in office in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Whimsy, when you say incarceration, could that also mean just putting him in like a mental hospital or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, people are upset because Bruce Willis's wife had him put in a facility, but Bruce Willis is a big guy and he studied boxing. Do you really want him to have free? She couldn't control him if he does decide boxing.
Exactly. I feel
a lot
that
of
was a loving decision, though.
Yeah, because I mean, without saying too much, you look at someone like Bruce Willis and how big he was, and
he knew martial arts.
Yeah, and the type of mental condition he has. You need some big orderlies around if things go south, and you don't want you. This is where we also see domestic violence in seniors, where a man will be the most loving person in the world, and then the wife starts showing up to a battered clinic in her 70s, 80s. All of a sudden, he's taken to striking and hitting her after he gets physically sick, and it goes back to that these types of dementia where the patient can actually become unpredictable or dangerous. And I believe that that is what happened to Fred Trump, and that was probably why he was taken to a facility in the end.
Mary Trump has said that, his niece. Reminds me so much of my father, who passed away at the age of 89 in a nursing home. My father was a very gentle, sweet man, but he was a big man, over 6 feet tall. And he started to get a little violent in the nursing home, you know, trying to strike at nurses, and orderlies had to hold him down. And I think my dad even had to be restrained in his bed once, strapped down at his age.
Yeah.
But he had dementia going on. But, you know, as your cards probably are more specific as far as timeframes and all, I just got the generalities around Trump that, you know, obviously huge shadow on him. That could mean many things, including what you just said, his own fears of being incarcerated. But there's so many shadows on Trump. He's fighting for his survival. He's exhausted. And I just got loss. There's going to be a huge loss. And then there's going to be a balancing out, which is basically another way of saying a cleaning of house, a balancing out once he's out. But it's just, the loss just feels so inevitable to me.
Yeah. So
I mean, Whimsy, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, do you have a time frame when you think it might be?
It just feels to me like a steady, they keep looking at their money and not at him. And there are so many people that want that new trade route. That's $350 billion trade route.
Yeah.
You know, I think that people just want the nasty business of Iran to go away and stop threatening this trade route. But at the same time, they don't know if Trump is the person that can deliver on this, the fall of Iran.
Why? What I don't understand right now is that why doesn't NATO try to get involved and end this?
Because we even predicted that NATO may step in. Didn't you get that, Whimsy, where they were saying, if you don't take care of your president, we will?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at NATO going into Iran war. They certainly should be in the Ukraine war. Interest. Well, I'm surprised they're not involved in Ukraine war. I mean,
me too.
Romania's gotten bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
well, there was a report that NATO did send something as a retaliatory attack for the attack on Romania.
All right, let's see about the war with Iran, if NATO's going to get involved.
It feels like Trump is still being used for something. I don't know why.
He has no idea what he's doing.
No, of course not. That's so obvious. You watch him on the news.
I think he's just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It looks to me like the economic sanctions against Iran make it so that Iran collapses economically. It's not just the war, it's the war combined with the sanctions. You have death right over Iran and a need to heal over the nation. But look at this collapsing of the mullahs and the Five of Pentacles. The people don't want it. It goes back to ultimately, what do the people want? And the people want their country back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this will not end until it's completely over.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Iran is completely broke right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Russia. Yeah.
Yeah, Russia too.
Truthfully, so are we. We're bankrupt.
Yeah.
I mean, our
in a way, yes.
Well, yeah, isn't our deficit something like 47 trillion right now?
And climbing.
Yeah, and rapidly climbing. Yeah. But, you know, I just asked about, is NATO going to intercede in any way? And I just got, they're very much about their priorities and going about business. So whatever is necessary. Yeah. But as far as the people of Ukraine, I liked what I got here. Community card, meaning the people. I assume this means Ukrainians, and victory. So I do see that for them, at least what I got here. Now, I think NATO will do whatever they need to do. And that's what that business card meant. From Katharina, 2296, blessings. Can you please advise me, per my guides and angels, about my next direction or life cycle. I'm 73. Thank you very much. Okay, let me shuffle my cards here.
Well, I think that I see you possibly selling a bunch of stuff, or something is going to happen where you're going to want to have a large sum of money, possibly to do a little traveling or something like that. It could be that you sell a bunch of stuff and then you go on the road, because I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles moving in, a large sum of money coming your way. But I'm seeing a Two of Pentacles, and that could be that you're one of those people that decides to do a little traveling, and a huge transformation over your life and tremendous growth coming into your future. But I think that you're committed to, I'm seeing traveling, and I'm seeing her freeing up some money being available for some kind of a trip or travel in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something similar here. Well, first of all, I'm sensing maybe, I'm not saying it's anything big, but maybe there's been some boredom and discontent, in the current life where you're living now. Like, you're ready to make a change in your life. That's important. And then the next cards I got, I think, tie in nicely with what Whimsy said. I see you in the pursuit of higher pleasure, what really gives you joy, what you really, really want to do with your life, what you've been waiting to do with your life. Now's the time. You have the freedom to do it. New life card. And then finally, I got gifts and celebration. So I think all of this looks wonderful for you. Many people in our age range are finding this is prime time. This is the time to do all those things we couldn't do before. So go for it.
And last subject before we close today, supplements that you would recommend for people who are feeling stressed out. I know you and I had talked about the basics. B vitamins, definitely. We recommend B vitamins for stress.
Yeah.
Magnesium. Can you talk a little bit about magnesium for stress?
Well, magnesium is a muscle relaxer. It helps with nervous system activity, quality of sleep, blood pressure, even with energy production. They call it the relaxation mineral. And, it's been found that inadequate magnesium intake can mean muscle tension, headaches, poor sleep, irritability, and fatigue, which would certainly increase stress in the body.
Yeah. And what about B vitamins? Why are B vitamins so important to mental health?
Oh, well, very important for our nervous system, very important for our adrenal support, brain activity, synthesis of our food. What else could we add to that, Whimsy?
I think that's great. Neurotransmitters. You want magnesium and B complexes for neurotransmitters. Yeah. And of course, we've always talked about balancing your sugar, making sure you're not having too much sugar in the diet, keeping your blood sugar stable.
Omega-3s,
yeah. You want to talk a little bit about omega-3s?
Well, our fish oils, let's see, I think it's isn't the brain largely comprised of, is it EPA or DHA? I can't remember which one. DHA. Okay, so that's a very important aspect of keeping our brains healthy and functioning proper. It's very important for cardiovascular health, anti-inflammatory, mood regulation, the good fats.
200 milligrams of magnesium is the daily dose, but people can go over. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right, Chucky Poo. So if people are trying to get in for a reading with you, how would they contact you?
Well, they would reach me, dransfieldchuck@gmail.com. You can fire me an email. I can take bookings for appointments through Zoho. You can write me on my channel, Chuck's Captivating Chronicles. I have a little chat show on Mondays, Chuck's Captivating Chat, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm really amping up my videos right now. I have a lot of new things on there, and I have channeled readings that have gotten huge responses from Amelia Earhart, Marilyn Monroe, Betty Davis, Fanny Bryce, William Paley, the founder of CBS. So check me out. I'm going to put more up.
Of course, if you would like to reach me, you can contact Whimsy through Booksy. All that information is usually below the videos. All right, because I really got to run to the restroom. We're ending early today. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you next time, everyone. Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hold for 5.